So the accident was in December of 1988. My first Paralympics was in March of 92.
Okay.
So it was really, what would that be? I mean, that's like,
3 or 4.
3 years and 3 months or 4 months kind of thing, something like that.
Yeah.
So that's really, I made the US team in April of 91. So really, from the beginning, it was really basically like my second season that I made the U.S. team. The end of my second season of skiing that I made it, and my third season was my first Paralympics. And so yeah, so 12 medals total in skiing. My biggest, I said early on. I mean, I think I told you that in the hospital, I had this moment of epiphany of like I'll never be intimidated again. Like I've knocked on death's door and didn't go through kind of thing. And so I don't have any reason to be afraid. And I know I won't be intimidated. And so I said when I first started out that I was going to be the fastest monoskier in the world. And my class, I'm in the most disabled of the three classes. So the most able of the three classes of monoskiers were like the amputees who have all the muscles like down to their knees, oftentimes kind of thing, or sometimes you even have like a single amputee who has one completely working leg or something. And those were the most able. My class were, people who really didn't have any sitting balance. We were the ones who were expected to topple over. But we were all in monoskis. And because we were all in monoskis, I felt like I had to beat the other monoskiers because the casual fan would look at it and go, well, what's the difference? I can't tell a difference between this guy and that guy. They're all skiing in the same thing. So I thought, okay, if I'm going to be recognized as being good, I have to beat these guys. And so I said, I'm going to be the fastest monoskier. And when I said that, I was like 30 seconds behind, which is like, in a downhill, it's like being a half a mile behind, which
Yeah.
is a fairly considerable amount of distance in a ski race where, inches and feet are determining wins and losses and stuff. And but obviously there was a whole lot of work that went into this, both in terms of adapting my equipment and in training myself and figuring out how I could be really good at each turn. In Lillehammer, I ended up winning the downhill. I was the fastest monoskier that day. So the fastest event at the Paralympics, the biggest event in the world, I beat everybody. And so that to me meant that it was about skiing. It wasn't about the disability. It was about, which is really, I think the lesson that I'm trying to learn in life is this idea of like, okay, we have a lot of reasons why we can't do something, but if we can prove that there's a reason why we can, then it's pretty good. So that
Yeah.
was ultimately what I ended up doing. Won the downhill there.
That was your first Paralympics, yeah?
No, that was my second Paralympics. So
Second.
I'm
Okay.
down
Okay.
on the first Paralympics. First one was in Albertville. Won 2 silvers in Albertville. Won all 4 races in Lillehammer. Ended up winning 12. Did 4 Winter Paralympics and 3 Summer Paralympics. So,
Yeah.
12 Paralympic medals in the winter and 1 Paralympic medal in the 200 meters in Sydney in 2000 in the summertime.
Thanks for watching that clip. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and check out the full episode. All links are in the description. Be nice, be happy, be cool.